third quarter of this year, the Philippines economy slowed to 5.6%, which was in fact its weakest pace in more than 5 years. But it does remain one of the best performing and most promising economies in Asia. CCTV's Barnaby Lowe has more from Manila in this reporter's notebook.
This year, the Philippines hosted the World Economic Forum in East Asia. In 2015, it will host the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit. The country seems to be basking under the global spotlight as its economy continues to be one of the fastest growing in Asia. Despite the slowdown in the last quarter, it's had 11 straight quarters of unprecedented growth above 5%. President Benigno Aquino's anti-corruption platform is widely credited for being able to bring back investor confidence. The stock market's been performing well, and the service sector, particularly the call center industry, keeps expanding. But it's the billions of dollars of remittances from Filipino workers overseas that remains the country's economic backbone. All this is creating a new middle class with purchasing power foreign investors seem to be recognizing. This American Eagle Outfitters store behind me is just one of several U.S. retailers who recently opened in Manila. And then you have Swedish fashion giant H&M, Japanese budget clothing brand Uniqlo, and even luxury cars like Lamborghini and Porsche, which are all now present in the Philippines. The surge in consumer spending, which accounts for about 70% of the country's economy, is what economists believe will sustain economic growth here, even if investments slow down. Now the question is, how sustainable is it? The Philippine capital of Manila is undergoing the biggest upgrade to its road network in decades. However, there is a general feeling that the country's infrastructure is still very much lagging behind, and that it's unable to meet the needs of both a booming economy and a rapidly growing population. There's a lack of an efficient public transport system, and experts say the economy loses billions of dollars each year because of traffic jams, outdated airports, and overstretched ports. The Philippines also pays one of the most expensive electricity rates in Asia. All of this as it's still recovering from last year's super typhoon Haiyan and continues to face the threat of natural disasters. The main criticism, however, has always been how the country's newfound wealth isn't benefiting the tens of millions of Filipinos still living below the poverty line. So the Philippines may no longer be considered the sick man of Asia, but economists fear this could be a fragile economic bubble that could easily burst as global interest rates continue to rise. Barnaby Lowe, CCTV, Manila.